Hello everyone, it is Mike here and welcome to another, this is another Picks by Lee. But it is going to be Halloween theme picks and another great Rumble by Lee. So, we have all kinds of people here. We got slashers, we have video game characters. Basically, it all has to be related to the genre. But it doesn't have to be all movies or all games. And we're kicking things off with Captain Spaulding, who is one of the creepiest clowns ever. Such a creep. And, yeah. So he picked these 30. I thought it'd be a good idea to see what he comes up with. He didn't know some of these characters, but he did a good variety on them. And Spaulding, yeah, you can smile all you want, buddy. You are weird. Extremely weird. And once again, we have the Naughty Bear. The Naughty Bear is back. I know technically he's like an action-adventure, but it kind of is like a slasher. But, yeah, I went ahead and threw him in again. I know it's debatable whether he belongs here or not, though. I think he does. He looks pretty scary. Now, that concept's a crazy concept. I don't think the game did really well, but it was a pretty unique idea. It's one of those games that really never went anywhere, but because it didn't have like multiple games or whatever. But it's original, like kind of like Lollipop Chainsaw or Dark Sector, where it's kind of an original idea. But it's not enough to have a real big franchise on. And number 3 is Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead. Daryl is here. And of course, they've had like 100 spin-offs of this show. I stopped watching it after the original Walking Dead went off air. I stopped watching it. Because it's just too much to keep up with. And number 4 is Twisty the Clown from American Horror Story, Season 4. Definitely one of the best seasons, for sure. And we got 2 clowns now, Spaulding and Twisty. I like Twisty better. I feel bad for Twisty. I'm not trying to justify his actions, but I can see why he's a monster. Spaulding, I don't feel sorry one bit for. And Otis is even worse. Don't even get me started with Otis. He's my least favorite of the family. And number 5 is Matt Cordell, the Maniac Cop. I've only seen the first one. I still need to see the second movie. I don't think I ever watched the second one. A lot of people love the second movie. I wasn't a fan of the first one. I thought it was just okay. But cool idea. It's very, independent kind of type of vibe. So it doesn't have like a big budget to it. But I think it'd be a cool idea if you could put some more money on it. Of course, a lot of people probably hadn't heard of him until I introduced you all to him. I mean, unless you're a big fan of the genre. Because I didn't even know him until this game. So, until I found him one day. And of course we have Freddy. We have to have Freddy. I did suggest to Lee, we have to have Freddy, Jason, and Michael. That's just a guarantee. All the time. We always have to have those 3. And number 7 is Shaun of the Dead. And I probably still need to rewatch it, but I don't recall me really loving this movie. However, it's supposed to be really funny. But I don't know. Maybe I need to watch it again. I think I watched it on TV. That's my first problem. You never want to watch stuff on TV. They take too much stuff out. Even if it's some cursing, it takes away from the movie. Because especially they used to replace the F word with freaking And that would make things look really weird with the dialogue. Because people don't use that word a lot. So, and Dracula's here. And looks like Naughty Bear's has been eliminated. And 9 is Jason. So like I said, I suggested to Lee, it's not, you can't say it's Halloween without Freddy, Jason, and Michael. You just cannot say it is. I always put those 3 in, especially when we do the movie stuff and the slasher stuff. It's not the same without those 3. Now, you can take Chucky out every once in a while. Leatherface also. But those 3 are the main 3. Chucky's definitely probably 4. When it comes to how many movies, well, not just about movies. The quality has to be there too, because obviously Hellraiser probably has more movies than all of them. But some of those don't have any quality. Some of those look like student films. And The Keeper is here. One of my favorite creations this year. Oh, the Keeper's using his head or his box. That would hurt. That would really hurt, since it's like a safe. And number 11's Jeepers Creepers. I know a lot of people, some people have boycotted this movie for obvious reasons about the director and stuff. And I see what they mean. I still watched it. I did not know about the whole story until after I've already seen them and even owned the first one, which I don't think I own the first one anymore. I sold it just because it wasn't one of my favorites. I tried to keep all of my favorites and stuff. But it's a great movie. I like number 2 of it. I really do. But I can see why people do not want to support it. I can see why. But there's a lot of people involved that didn't do anything wrong also. You have to think about that. But I can see both sides of the argument. I sold my copy, but it wasn't because of that. I sold it because I was trying to get rid of some movies, and it just wasn't the top tier. I still like the second one better than the first. And I think the Creeper as a character is pretty freaky. Of course, after number 2, I heard they get worse, and I haven't watched them after number 2. I heard the newest one that came out was unwatchable. So I refuse to watch anything that's unwatchable. At least I try to avoid unwatchable movies. A little stopped up, you couldn't tell. So, apologies for that. Look at Freddy going after Dracula here. And the Keeper after Jason. And Jason has been eliminated. Wow. The Keeper is just unbelievable. Number 12 is American Psycho, Patrick Bateman. One of my favorite movies. I gotta watch it this Halloween. Just psychotic movie. And it has some really funny moments that are super dark. Super dark humor, but great humor. I still, the scene that always kills me is when he takes out the guy that, is the receptionist at the desk. Just completely unnecessary. But one of the funniest kills in a movie ever. I think it might be the funniest kill of all time. 13's Chris Walker. He's back again. Of course, very fun. I refuse to play Outlast. I will never play it. It's scary. Especially the twins. I've seen that scene with the twins, and yeah, that ain't happening. There's no way I'm going to have those guys chase me. That game's so freaky. I'm surprised no one complained about that. They complain about all these other games, but even Saints Row 3, but I'm sure it got banned somewhere. I think that one's worse than most games. And we got the Babadook. The Babadook in the house. I think my favorite version of the Creeper is 18's. Definitely my favorite version. And there goes another person. I'll have to see who it is. Oh, Dracula. He never does good. He never does good. Matt's in trouble. And Freddy going after Walker. I remember Walker from The Walking Dead that we had. Oh, he was so good. That was one of the best moments, the table break. One of my favorites of all time. I remember him. He was a great creation, too. And Freddy with a nice counter on Matt. And Myers is here at 15. So Myers has finally arrived, so we got the big three. That I told Lee you have to put the big three in. You can choose the other 27. Look at the keeper. What a takedown there. Oh, double team on Walker. Look at this. About to have someone fall through. A stupid glitch. And Babyface, I can't stand him. I hate that movie. And there goes the Creeper. Yeah, I hate that movie. It's overrated. I don't care what anyone says. It's not a good movie. Happy Death Day. I haven't seen the second one either. I hated the first one. So it's just, I love the idea. I love the concept. I just didn't like the movie. And Chris going after Bateman. I would love to see Bateman in Outlast. He'd probably fit in right with them. So, not a big deal there. But Lee put together a good cast. I don't think he knew everyone, but he knew enough to get by. And number 17 is Tokyo Ghoul. Chris Walker dragging Babyface. That's what he calls himself. It's a ripoff of Ghostface. That's what it is. Such a loser here. Get rid of him. Chris Walker should be able to eat him for breakfast. It's such a weird movie. I couldn't even tell you who the killer is in the end. I think it's a forgettable movie. Everybody loves it though. I just don't get the hype. And the keeper's done also. Wow. And Myers. Oh, what a nice counter by Tokyo. Number 18 is the Grabber. I'm not a fan of the Grabber, of course. I think Ethan Hawke's performance is great. But I'm not a big fan of that movie. I think it's overhyped and overrated. And Myers in trouble. I hope Babyface doesn't take him out. That would be a tragedy. And 19 is the Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth. Freaky little guy. That's what he is. I love that design though. Guillermo del Toro has some of the best creations ever. Like some of the stuff he comes up with, I mean, he's a master. He has this notebook of stuff he draws up, and the Pale Man's one of his best. I love the Pale Man. And 20 is Edgar Allan Poe. So it's good to have him. He's kind of the only one that on this account with all the Halloween themed stuff, he's the only one that really doesn't fit in because he's an author. And of course, if we had Stephen King, we could probably throw him in. But Edgar's the only one we have that's like an author. And I just threw him in. I love Edgar Allan Poe. I think he's great. He has some really good stories. And it's a shame that, he never got to see his work become famous. But I don't think that mattered to him. And Longlegs is 21. And I could just still see in my head Nicolas Cage in that car screaming, "Mommy! Daddy!" Just like a nut job. He gave a great performance on Longlegs. That was about the only thing good about that movie. I mean, the acting was great, but the story wasn't very happy with the ending. And number 22 was Springtrap. Longlegs, he didn't even make it that long in here. And Babyface is done too. As if I care. Because I don't. And I hate that movie. I'm not watching it in Halloween season either. No way. Oh my goodness, Chris Walker with that knee to Edgar. Chris Walker is wrecking house. He always does. And there goes Michael. No, my bad, Bateman. From the distance, first of all, their suits kind of look the same from a distance. Well, where I'm sitting from, it's hard to see stuff sometimes. I know I need glasses. You don't have to tell me. I know I need it. I just don't feel like getting it. And we got Miles Upshur back at 23. I'm not getting glasses. And I wonder how many people Lee knew out of this list. There was a lot of people in here that Lee probably didn't know, and he just thought they were cool designs. There's a couple people in here that I'm pretty familiar with most of these people, but there's a couple in here that I don't know a lot about. And who is this? Oh, Grandpa from Texas Chainsaw. By the way, I just watched that movie today. And Grandpa still can't properly swing the hammer. I did watch that today, actually. It's a great movie. I love the ending. The ending's just insane. And Grandpa kills me because he just can't hold the hammer still. Keeps falling out of his hand. It's a great scene. And he actually is alive. Because I was looking into asking about that. I looked it up because I didn't know if he was dead and they were holding his hand. But no, he's actually alive. He's barely alive, but he's alive. And we got the tall man from Phantasm, which I saw the first movie last year. I haven't seen the rest of it. And 26 is The Stranger from Strangers. I haven't seen the new one of that. I have seen the first two. I actually like Prey by Night. Some people don't like Prey by Night, but I do. I think it's a pretty well done movie. Well, I think it's enjoyable. I don't think it's well done. But I can see why people don't like it, but I have fun with it. I think in the first movie, as good as the first movie is and as scary as it is, because it's one of the scariest movies of all time. I think the first movie, it has some of the dumbest characters ever. Like the guy that literally sits with his shotgun and waits for someone to come across the hallway when he should not shoot until he sees who it is. It's like, for real? And you know what happens in that scene. I mean, but that was stupid. He could have at least wait. I mean, he has a shotgun. It doesn't matter. It's going to hit him no matter what. So at least wait and see who it is. I mean, like, that scene kills me. I hate that scene. I'm sure he wasn't expecting his friend, but I really hate that scene. That scene really just makes me angry. And they're so dumb. Both of them are so dumb in that movie. They make so many mistakes. And a lot of people bring up the fact in horror movies that wouldn't you make the same mistakes? Because you have to be in that situation. And, you know, I kind of get that take also. That if you're in that situation where, you know, you don't expect this to happen to you, I can kind of get why you would be, you know, like, let someone in or, you know, trust someone you have a gut feeling not to trust because you're afraid to offend them. I mean, look at the girl with the dragon tattoo with that whole scene. I love that scene where the killer in that movie tells Daniel Craig, all I had to do was offer you a drink. And you didn't want to be rude. And you just came right in. Didn't even have to do nothing. Chase you or anything. And that's such a great scene. And Jeff the Killer's done. So let's get back to this. I'm getting on my movie rants or my speculations. And the tall man is in trouble. Look at Chris Walker. He doesn't care how tall you are. He's going to lift you and just, oh my goodness. And we're already at 29. Wow. Count Orlock at 29. So we're almost to 30. Got one more to go. And there goes Jack Skeleton, which some people don't think he belongs here. He is a Halloween theme, though. But I don't watch that movie ever. That is not, that and Hocus Pocus are not horror films to me, or Halloween movies to me. And I know I tick some people off, but I don't care. I stand by that claim. And number 30 is Bendy. This is one that I'm not really familiar with. I've done a little research on him, but you all seem to know him more than I do. And he has to do a lot with puzzles and stuff like that, so that's not up my alley. Miles Upshur has been eliminated. So Springtrap takes care of him. So I believe we have everyone now. Yeah, we have this is what we're down to. So 5 people remain. And, you got Chris Walker, you got Bendy. Chris Walker's been in here for a while, too. Springtrap, The Stranger, and Count Orlock. I tried. I know we had a poll on Nosferatu is one of the options. There was, tons of movies. I was surprised that every movie got voted for. But there was tons of options on a poll of what I needed to watch on Halloween. And Nosferatu was the highest of the poll. So I tried to watch it. I just couldn't. I couldn't get into it. It's just, the silent film stuff, it's just, I can't get into it. I tried. I made about 20 minutes into it, and I said we got to get some sound in here. And I don't mind movies where there's not a lot of talking. But this was an old-timey one. I mean, we're talking in the 20s. And also there was the whole element with... I would read what they're saying, because on silent films they put the dialogue in a separate section, and I started reading what they said, and then 15 seconds later, and we're still not on the next reel, which I understand why they do that, but it kind of got exhausting. I don't mind subtitles at all, but so yeah, we are down to 5. Lee with another great set of picks. And I'll try to. I need to get everybody else to start doing some of these picks. Or maybe Lee can have 15 versus 15. Lee has 15 on his side. And then somebody else. I know Christopher's had a rivalry with him. And Bendy is done. So we are now down to 4. I don't know if we'll have all these out by October. Probably not. I mean, we have to cover episodes and everything. So we probably won't have everything done by October. And, oh, Walker just got caught in the end. He was trying to get the elimination. And now he's going to make Orlock pay for it. And the Stranger trying to get Springtrap, trying to get a grip on him. And look at Chris Walker here. Chris Walker keeps on getting interrupted, and he's getting ticked. He is getting ticked. He should have already had 2 right here. But people keep on grabbing him. Like, leave him alone. Let him do his thing. They're trying to stop him because, he is definitely the most dangerous of these 4. And as soon as I say that, I look like an idiot. Of course. That's the story of my life. So we are down to 3 now. And Springtrap's next. So it's going to be Orlock versus the Stranger. Oh, man. And the Stranger tried to do something there. It didn't work. So it's very classical versus very... this one came out in 2024. This version did. So we're talking about 20s. And, of course, Nosferatu is getting a remake also in 2024. But we're talking 1920s versus 2024 right now. Because this is the older version of Count Orlock, obviously. Because that movie hasn't came out yet. So it's going to be one of these 2 to take it. And Orlock is just staring at him. And that's what you get. That's what you get for just staring. Like, really? I guess he was trying to put him in a trance. Yeah, good luck with that. He has a potato sack over his head. Good luck with that one. But anyway, the Stranger wins. He's not going to WrestleMania, though. But Lee with some great picks. Kind of disappointed in Orlock trying to have a staring contest with the Stranger, which was a big mistake. You don't stare at the Stranger. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And the Stranger's not going to WrestleMania. He's not going to knock on that door. We'll have security outside. So, I hope you all enjoyed it, though. It was good. Lee did good picks. Still not as good as his 19. His 19 ones are the best. Because that is the best. Let's just be honest. It is the best. But, yeah, the Stranger wins. And he's not going to WrestleMania, though. And I hope you all enjoyed Lee's Halloween picks. And I'll see you all later.